Greensboro because I have a couple different situations, and I know a lot of people like to blame it on everybody else and everything else, and I know a lot of it has to do with drugs, but I just want to say that I tried to just keep my drug habit to inside and not have to go out. Like, even though I had a drug habit, I wasn't lying, cheating, stealing, or prostituting, but somehow the cops always followed me around. So as soon as I left the house, man, I'd get pulled over, and that's how I got down here, in Greensboro, because they pulled me over, and I hadn't been able to find no drugs for like 10 years. I finally found something decent, which I thought was kind of odd, because why would I all of a sudden be able to find decent, real stuff? And then, bam, the cops swooped on me and got me for what? Possession or something stupid like that? And I don't even know if it was real, because I hadn't been able to find anything in so long. So then they impounded my car, so I had to take off, and that's why I'm here in Greensboro.
Yeah, so how long you been struggling with addiction?
Since I was 15 years old, and I'm 38?
You don't remember how
Or
old you
I
are?
might not be 38. I am 38.
You are 38?
I was born in 85.
So what made you say you started when you were young, but what actually happened? Talk about it a little bit.
I had got drunk at a party. I had an older sister, older cousins. I was the youngest one, and they all drank and smoked weed. And then it escalated into my other cousins were smoking crack, so I started smoking crack. Then I got off that. I never touched heroin until I was 28 years old, because I knew how bad it was from being in rehab when I was 15. And I was like, I'm never going to shoot up, and I don't want to be sick. So I'm 100% sure I'm not going to touch it. And of course, there's always a yet. By the time I was 28, I was on heroin. And then now, I guess, I came down here to get off of it. And I was off of it for a good 3 months. And then they started putting it in the crack. So
You started putting heroin in the crack?
yeah, which I don't mind, because you can't threaten me with a good time. But I woke up one day sick, like, dude, I don't get sick like this over crack. So that's when I knew they were putting it in the crack and that I needed a little bit of boy. And then, bam, I got back on it again without even having to snort it up my nose. And I was so pissed, but at the same time, I was kind of relieved, because now I can go get high and do boy. And of course, and that's the problem. You're always blaming it on something else or hoping. But in reality, you attract what you project. So if you know deep down you want to still keep getting high, you're going to still keep getting high. And if you don't want to keep getting high, you're not going to want to get high, and you won't. It's just the law of attraction. If you really don't want it, it won't happen. If you do want it, it will happen. Sorry.
So let me ask you a question.
What?
What's your biggest regret in life?
Taking that first hit of crack, because within 2 weeks of that, I was in prison and lost custody of my kids.
In 2 weeks?
In 2 weeks.
You was locked up and lost custody of your kids?
In 2 weeks of
How many
smoking
kids you
crack.
got?
I have 5, but at the time I had 2, and I was only 18. I had 3 by the time I was 19, but I had 2 by the time I was 18. And within 2 weeks, I had wrote over $10,000 in bad checks. I had forged at least 5 or 10 different checks on different people's accounts, and had been on my way to prison within 2 weeks of smoking dope. Yeah, that's my biggest regret, was ever taking that first hit. And I was in college and drained my bank account, which had over like 10 grand in it from student loans I was just piling up that I didn't need, So it really ruined my life.
Yeah, that first hit of crack, huh?
Yep, that was
Yeah,
it.
so have you thought about getting any type of help? Matter of fact, are you still currently using?
Yeah. Well, I do have all kinds of help. I get help. I usually stay in treatment. This is the longest I've been out of treatment since I've been in anywhere, because I'm in Greensboro, I'm in a new area. But I already know from experience that treatment's only going to work if you want it to work. And when everything's gone, everything's gone. So you tend to just give up, and you're like, what's the point now? They done took my car, everything I own. I'm in a new city. I can't go home. I got to start all over. What's the point? But I'm to that point now, which that's why I went down to the welfare office. I said, I got to quit doing these drugs, put them all aside, get my life in order. And that's why I was down there trying to get on some kind of assistance, medical card, food card, so I can get into some kind of treatment. But I don't know yet.
What about God? You believe in God?
I do believe in God. I'm very, very, very religious. Not religious, but I just believe in God.
You believe in God?
In miracles.
So before we end this interview, I need you to do me one favor. For any minors or juveniles or kids, school students or something like that may watch my show, tell them why they should never choose the life that you chose?
Because they'll make it look fun and glamorous, and they'll have one good day where they look cute, make it look fun, and say that it gets you high, but it's all a lie, it's all a facade. Just like when you make movies, it's all glamour and makeup. It does not get you high, it's definitely not fun, and it's not going to make you look good.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I got a donation for you. You can follow me up.